It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. It's been a minute since we did an update. I feel like we were doing them more regularly, so I thought I would drop something to kind of fill people in on what's going on in my life, what's going on with the channels, you know, all that good kind of stuff. But first and foremost, I'm going to address the title of this video, which was I was misdiagnosed. It's been a stressful couple of weeks to months it's been a minute. It's been a minute. So for those of you guys that know, I quit weed back in February. And I've not gone back to it. I will say that I tried to smoke once. I did try to smoke once, and I had a panic attack. My heart rate was like 160. I thought it was gonna fail. I was convinced that the end was near, and that taught me that I should never ever smoke again, and I will not be smoking again. But otherwise, I have stuck with it, and I've been trying to make a lot of life changes. Now, unfortunately, along that path, I started to deal with heightened health anxiety, which I've always kind of had a little bit, but it got a lot worse, and it was to the point where I thought I was dying of pancreas cancer. I thought I had liver cancer at one point. Of course, you always go to the worst possible things, but I want to say that a lot of that was just me still withdrawing from the weed. Even though it had been months, my digestive system had to adapt. Like, there was so many things, me trying to change my eating habits, and it probably affected that as well. And I also was having a high heart rate and high blood pressure, but that is apparently a normal thing that happens when you quit smoking weed. But it went on for months. My resting heart rate was like 110. My blood pressure was like 140/90. And it made me nervous. And at times I would go for walks and my heart rate would go up so high. So I started to ask my doctor if I could just get checked to be sure everything was okay. And she did refer me to a cardiologist. So I went to a cardiologist. They talked to me, checked me out, decided, you know what, let's do an ultrasound of your heart. Let's see what's actually going on in there, maybe a stress test. And so we decided to do all those things. This put me on a little bit of a roller coaster path because during the stress test, they do a resting EKG before you take it. And that said that I had LVH, which I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, but it was left ventricular hypertrophy, which is like some kind of enlargement in the heart, which is not a good thing. So that had me a little bit concerned. The stress test, it seemed like it was fine. Everything that they said seemed like it was good to go. I didn't have many issues during it. So thankfully during the ultrasound, they were able to actually measure parts of my heart, and it seemed like everything was in range. So I don't believe that I actually have LVH, which was the first good news. But after being worried for a little bit, it kind of still carries on, and you're like, are you sure? I hope so. Now, the issue is, even though that they cleared that up, they said visually my ejection fraction, which is the way that your heart pumps blood, was low. It was between 45 and 50%. They calculated maybe around 47% just based on what they could see. And you want to have it above 50, if not above 55%. And when it's below that, from my understanding, it means cardiomyopathy, which is heart failure. Thankfully, with diet changes, lifestyle changes, and taking some medication, you can get your ejection fraction back up. But it had me very, very concerned that there was something significantly wrong. And I'm like, yo, listen, this doesn't even happen to people in my age very often. It's usually 60 and above. So I'm extremely worried. And this just carried on, made my health anxiety that much worse. And I finally got in to go to a CT heart scan where they checked the calcium score, all that kind of stuff. My arteries and vessels seem fine. Calcium score was 0, which is great. And thankfully, looking further at the ejection fraction, they determined through calculation of my end diastolic and systolic volumes that it was actually 56%. It just visually appeared to be 45 to 50%, which I don't know if that matters, but they said there's no active cardiomyopathy, no immediate worries of your heart or anything like that. So I assume that I am good to go now. And obviously I need to change my health habits because I don't want to ever be in that percentage of people that deal with something like that. So I'm trying to eat low salt, lean protein, more fiber, basically just stop being a degenerate when it comes to food. So I'm doing my best because my glucose levels have also been high. I don't believe I'm in pre-diabetes, but I'm probably not far off, or maybe just barely creeping into it. So I don't want that because that also can affect your heart. The problem is, though, is that even though they told me everything is okay and that it seems like everything's fine based on the CT scan and so on and so forth, in my mind, it's hard for me to let go of all those worries I had for a good month or two. And I'm just like, it's just got me so stressed out that I question it. Like, are we sure? Is everything really fine? You know what I'm saying? Because at one point you said LVH and then, ejection fraction is low, and are we positive that I'm okay? And that's just the way that health anxiety works. Like, it's one thing when you go down a path yourself and you Google some stuff and you start believing certain things. But when you get it confirmed by doctors and they're saying that this is most likely what you have, and the top of my CT scan says male with cardiomyopathy for history, I'm like, this is stressing me out. Like, I need to know, like, are we good? And so, yeah, they say everything is fine. They're going to have me do a sleep test because I may actually be dealing with some sleep apnea. I feel like I don't sleep all that well. I don't feel super tired during the day, but I don't wake up rested. I feel like it just wasn't a really good night of sleep, and so they want me to get that checked. So as far as my health, that is the update with all of that stuff, and hopefully things are going to be good. I did do a CT scan of my digestive system at one point, and that was all good. There's no pancreas cancer or any of the things that I was initially worried about. Now my next health anxiety worry is I've gotten 2 CT scans in 2 months, and that's radiation. So now what if I get something down the road? Like, it's just like, it's a never ending thing. It's a never ending thing. So it's just something that I'm just going to have to learn to deal with and just minimize my thought process on. Now, as far as everything else, I have a new song that dropped recently. It's called It's All in Your Head. You probably have seen it as outros on a lot of my videos. I appreciate you guys that have checked it out on the different streaming platforms, and you'll see right beside me there is another song dropping called Concede. I will have a link down below in the description if you guys want to go pre-save it. It's a fun song. Shout out to my man Damon Gray for doing the beat. Now, you'll also notice that I've been uploading mainly UK rappers to this main channel, Duane TV, and that's pretty much going to be the goal going forward. I want to try to make this channel a niche to see if I can help it survive, if I can change the direction that it's been going in. In the meantime, a lot of you guys have already subscribed to my new channel, Duane Reacts, which I will have a link down below in the description. But that's where I'm going to be doing Eminem, Harry Mack, Ren, like all these different artists and stuff that we've been doing here. Now, I know Ren is UK, but I'm going to still have him over on the new channel so I can help the growth over there. So I appreciate everybody that has been over there. Anybody that wants to subscribe, again, link down below in the description. We drop 3 to 5 videos a day. We do rock. We do all the stuff that we were doing here is now happening over there. So make sure that you guys subscribe if you want to keep up with me in that way. And obviously, as I've said many times, we have other channels, Tribe Reacts, where we do more commentary or comedy style reactions, which are a lot of fun as well. That is down there. Tribe Discovers, where we check out like NASA discoveries, deep sea discoveries. We watch like ghost videos and all that kind of stuff. So if you guys are interested in any of the other types of content, I got you on all the fronts. So I do a lot of stuff. I even do anime reactions now again. So the anime channel is down below. It's Duane Does Anime. Right now on YouTube, we're diving into Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and Hunter x Hunter. If you guys do become a part of the Patreon for the anime, we're also finishing up Demon Slayer. We're on season 2. I have all of Attack on Titan on there. We're going to finish up Death Note and probably dive into some more stuff that I'll let you guys pick on the Patreon. So that is what we got going on as far as that goes. But the last thing I want to let you guys know is we are going to keep our live streams here on Duane TV right now, 7, 8 p.m. Eastern, Friday and Saturday. However, I'm trying to slowly move things to Twitch just because we keep getting suspended and flagged and have all these different issues trying to do it on YouTube because their DMCA system is set up a lot differently, and it's hard to get certain things by. We got to make the videos transparent. It's just a whole hassle. So this Wednesday, I am going live on Twitch, twitch.tv/DuaneTV. Again, as I've said a million times, link in the description. Anybody who stops in, I am going to give you a free reaction just for stopping in, and we're going to do whatever we can possibly get done. All you got to do is drop it in the chat. So I appreciate you guys that decide to stop over. For right now, we'll only do those on Wednesday, maybe Sundays, and we'll see what weeks we do them. There might be a week I can't because I'm really busy. And in the meantime, we'll still be doing them Friday and Saturday here on YouTube. And we'll just see if I can get the majority of people over there and people start to funnel to Twitch and don't have a problem with it, and we can get the same kind of motion going. I will eventually, over the next couple of months, switch the live stream to Twitch where I think it makes more sense. We can have more fun. There's less restrictions. And we'll just kind of go from there. But in the meantime, this Wednesday, possibly this upcoming Sunday, we will be on Twitch. Anybody who stops in will at least get one reaction just for stopping in. And otherwise, Friday and Saturday, we will be live here on YouTube. So I appreciate you guys. That's everything. I think I recapped everything. Hopefully it comes out, coherent. And we'll see how that all goes. But I appreciate you guys. Take it easy. Stay safe. I'll catch you next video, homies.